Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. I am Dee with D&D Gardening, and today I am in my kitchen. Okay, what I am going to do is I am going to show you how I cook and can greens. Yep, I said it. First, let me get my beans out of my greens, because I harvested some greens this morning, and I also grabbed a few green beans, and I mean a few. Is that it? That be it? And I mean, it was just a few. Can you see that? Because I can't see what you see. Yes, I'm back on that. So these are the green beans that I harvested this morning. I am going to get those out of the way. So you sit right there. But this little basket is full of greens. Hopefully you can see that, as I am spilling water all over the floor. Dadgummit. But what I have to do right now is I need to pick them or prepare them for cooking. So I have to clean them, and well, how can I say this? There are many ways that you can pick them or destem them. I think that's a better word for it. And I know that there are different people that do them different ways. I'm going to show you two ways. I don't like the stem in mine, but I grew up with them being just pulled straight up, and I say straight up, I mean straight off like that, and the stem is here, the green is here, and then you have, you know, your nice green, as I just ripped that. These are delicate because they've been sitting on my countertop all morning, and you have your green right there. But the way I like to do them is with a knife. But in this basket, I have turnip greens, collard greens, and mustard greens. And I'm going to cook them all together, and I am going to, because I like a mix. I don't like just one green. I like a mix of greens. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I will show you, I'll start with destemming them. I have my jars boiling to get those sterilized, and I don't know if I just walked off the camera or not. I'm being silly now, but I have those on the stove boiling to sterilize those, and in the meantime I'm going to destem them, and then I'll show you what is next after I do that. But I will set the camera so you can see how I destem my greens. Now, this is how I destem my greens. So you take a green, isn't that beautiful? And oh, and there's a little red ant. These are going to be cleaned anyway. You can do it one or two ways. Either fold it like this, or you can have it like this. I like to do it this way. Take a knife with a sharp end, and I hold it like this, and I just follow the stem. Until I get to the end. And I've got the whole stem off just like that. And that leaves me with the green. And I put the green over to the side because then I roll it up and then cut them. And I'm going to do that again. And these has just dirt. That will be washed off when I put them in to soak. And again, I just follow it along the stem, just like that. Separate the stem, and then you're left with your greens. It's that simple. You know, when it comes to the turnip greens, it gets a little bit more difficult. I'm not gonna eat that part because looks like something beat me to it. Because it, you know, it has all of these little extra bits, but same concept. There's the stem. Here's the green. And then I just set it over here, out of my way. And you can either have music going, or you can have the TV on, you know, anything to get you in the mood to groove, or, you know, whatever you need to help you get your chores done. And I say chores because this is a chore, because it takes a little while to do, and I've got quite a few to do. And I don't think that my 12 jars are going to be enough, because let me tell you, I did not realize that 16-ounce jars were as small as they were. Didn't realize that at all. For some reason, I thought they were bigger. But that's all I have to work with, and I have 12 of them, so I have a sneaking suspicion that all 12 jars are going to be full, and I'm going to have some left over. So me and the hubs will probably have some greens for dinner tomorrow, and that's fine. I'm sure he won't complain about that. He was asking me when I was going to cook them anyway. And the white stuff that you see on here is the diatomaceous earth. And did you know, speaking of which, you know, I've seen people spray the kaolin clay, the surround kaolin clay on their vegetables to keep the insects off of them. Okay, let go. Well, you can do diatomaceous earth the same way. You can mix it with water and spray it, excuse me, spray it onto your vegetables. I found that out by going to the website. As long as you have the food grade variety, it still does the same thing. There is no fear of ingesting it because it is food grade. So, having said that, I will do that one day, but I did sprinkle some onto my leaves, so that's what you see that's white onto the on the greens. Okay, you guys, I am so sorry. I don't even know when the camera shut off. I was just in here cleaning greens, talking to y'all like nobody's business, and I didn't even know the camera shut off. Now what I just poured in there was vinegar. That's salt. And this is what's left of my baking soda. Alrighty. That's gonna soak for 1 hour. And I will come back and get you guys when it's time to rinse them. I'll see you in the mo. Okay, good morning everyone. It is 5:42 a.m. I did not finish these last night because I was tired. So I'm going to finish them today. This is the last rinse that I am going to do for the greens. And then we are going to start cooking. Getting to the fun stuff. Or getting to the fun part. And I ordered some, I ordered some 32-ounce jars because those are 16-ounce jars. That's like a single serving. Yeah, that's a single serving. Try not to toss any water up top because I have a light that is super bright that is like right in my face. It's the other light that is like the one that my husband installed in my seed room. And yes, as you can see, it is super bright. But you can see what I'm doing, and that is all that matters. I don't want to be scrubbing the green off of them. All right. I know lots of greens still in here, but I am picking it away from some of the dirt that was still on the greens. And I should have rinsed them off before I put them in with the greens, but the dirt's from my backyard. A little dirt ain't never killed nobody. Depending on where the dirt came from. Okay, so now I have you set up by the stove, we're going to get this started. So I am going to add in this pot. All right, can you see me? Nope, you can't, but that's okay. I'm gonna fix it. We are back. And I realized that I am out. Okay, I am really about to not like this camera because the batteries are POS. And I'll have my husband tell you what POS means just in case you don't know what it is.
POS. This is a short acronym that means piece of shit.
I just put a brand new battery in here before I set it up by the stove, and it shut off because the battery was low. And when I say I just put a brand new battery in here, I took it off the charger. Yeah, that's how brand new the battery was. Or let me say fully charged it was before it just completely shut off because the battery was dead. Okay, anyway, enough of my griping. Now, I am going to have to substitute the apple cider vinegar for regular distilled vinegar because I don't have any apple cider vinegar. Now, what's the difference between the apple cider vinegar and the regular distilled vinegar? The apple cider vinegar adds a sweet and tangy taste to the greens. Now, all I'm going to do with the distilled vinegar is just double the amount of sugar that I add to the greens, and that will help substitute the difference between the apple cider vinegar and the regular distilled vinegar. Okay, having said all of that, let's get to doing some greens. In this pot, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of what's called chicken powder, which is nothing but chicken bouillon powder. And that's what this is. You can find this just about anywhere. Okay, is that a tablespoon? Yep, tablespoon. And that's a big tablespoon. So that's 1 tablespoon. My hands are clean. So 2 tablespoons of the chicken powder. And I'm going to move and get that out of my way. And as you can see, I'm messy. I'll clean up my spot. Then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of bacon grease. I love keeping my bacon grease. I love putting it in, what do you call it? Cabbage. I fry my cabbage, by the way. It is oh so good that way. So that's 1 tablespoon of bacon grease. I think I might do just a little more because I got a lot of cabbage. So I need to put that down because I need to run and wash my tablespoon. Alright, now I had to think about this so I could write it down and tell y'all how I fix my greens. So these measurements may not be exact because, you know, when you're cooking, you just kind of do it. I guess I could be have the fire going. Then I am going to add, yes, I am a messy cook, chicken broth. I'm going to add this whole big thing of chicken broth. Well, that didn't tear off right, but it's open. It's all that matters. So I'm adding this whole thing and I'm going to fill it up with water shake it and add another one, or add more. That way I'm getting all of it that's in here. I didn't add the star of the show yet. Okay. My ham hocks. These are not smoked ham hocks, although you can add smoked ham hocks. But these are not. And they are very pretty neat. Look at that. Just pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm gonna rinse them off. I know people don't. I do. I don't know why some people don't rinse their meat off and they just go straight from the package to the skillet. But I can't see myself doing that. Don't ask me why, that's just how I was brought up. Alrighty, that's 1 hammy in, 2 hammy in, and 3. Now, we're gonna let that simmer, or come to a simmer. And while that's doing that, I'm going to clean up my area. I do want to make sure that, the chicken powder has melted completely. And you know what? I really didn't need to add that water because that's a lot of water in here. Or as some people call it, pot liquor. Because once this starts simmering, we're going to add the greens. Because I want it to simmer down just a little. You know, just enough to cook the ham hocks. Because it's going to take a while for it to cook. Because you don't want raw meat in there, in your greens. Alrighty. We're going to let that simmer down. I'm not going to put a lid on it because then it's going to bubble everywhere. I will bring you back once it has cooked down some. Alright, we are back and it has cooked down some. So now I am going to add the greens. I had to take the little top off the bowl I have them sitting in because I had them covered. So all I'm going to do now is just take them. Remember, I can't see what you see. Okay. And unfortunately, this is the biggest pot that I have other than this. This is my canning pot. So I'm just going to start dropping them in here. Get in there. And you know they're going to cook down. Alright, y'all, get in here and get covered. I've got some more greens I'm going to put in here. And these were in the freezer. I'm going to add, because I've got some that I've got frozen and I've got some that are not frozen. I just want to can them all, with the exception of a few. So I'm going to add these. I think these are still kind of frozen in the middle. They won't be for long though. Okay, that was one. That's the second one. Uh-oh. My pot is going to runneth over if I keep stuffing them in here. And I've got one more bag I need to add. And then I will be done with adding my greens. Oh yeah, I'm living dangerously now, y'all. This is way too full. But now that I've got it turned down, it won't boil over, I hope. And like I said, unfortunately, this is the biggest pot I have. I probably should have cooked it in 2 pots. But we're gonna make it work. Okay, now for my seasonings, I need 2 tablespoons of the vinegar. And like I said, because I don't have apple cider vinegar, I'm going to use regular distilled vinegar. See if that light will help. So that's 1 tablespoon. And that's 2 tablespoons. And here I would normally put 1 tablespoon of sugar, but I'm going to do 2. So that's 1. That's 2. I'm going to do 3 just for good measure. That's 3. Okay. Next, I'm going to do my seasoning. And this is any seasoning that you guys, whatever you use. I should have taken the cap off of this. Because this shaking is for the birds. Let me take this off. And add 2 tablespoons of seasoning. Let me put that back on. Next, I am going to add a teaspoon, or this is half a tablespoon, and it's not even half a tablespoon. I'm adding that much salt because the seasoning already has salt in it. And I'm going to add some pepper. That won't fit. There's my pepper. That's a lot of pepper. I can get everything mixed in. Oh, there I go. I want it to go down and cook into the meat as well. Oh, Lordy. Yep, getting dangerous, y'all. But y'all know I like to live on the edge. I'm a rebel. No, I'm making a mess is what I'm doing. Uh-oh, pepper sneeze attack coming. I feel it. Excuse me. Okay, trying to get it mixed all in. Get in there. Okay, it is a cooking. Oh, they floating to the top. Get back in there. Had I been thinking, I would have cooked these in I have a crock pot that's not really a crock pot, it's a cooker, but it's huge. And I kind of didn't want to take it out, but I should have. I haven't used it in years because I keep forgetting that I have it. And then I remember when I have big pots like this full of stuff and I go, I should have used this other pot I got, or other cooker I have. So while those are cooking, I will bring you back in a mo. Okay, we are back, and I had to put the greens in 2 pots. Oh goodness, because like I knew it would, it started boiling over. Ooh, that southern accent of mine just all of a sudden just kicked in, didn't it? So, what I'm about to do now is fill up my jars. Let me make sure you can see what I can see. Now, let's see. Can you see? Yep, you can see. Okay, so my jars have been sterilized, which means I have boiled them and they are clean. But what I have not done is cut the meat up.
A few moments later.
Sorry about that. Had to sharpen my knife. And it should have been like falling off the bone, but...
Warning, you could damage your cookware. I advise you all to not chop your meat inside your pot. Take it out, chop it, then return it back to the pot. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
We shall see. Alrighty, get my knife out of the way. Get my fork out of the way. Now I need to turn my pot of water on. And y'all, this pot is gonna be rocking. So periodically I'm gonna have to shift my hand to stop it from rocking. Okay, I got my funnel. Let me zoom. And I got a spoon so I can get some of these greens. So I can drop them in the jar. Get in there. Okay. Now I need something to get some of the juice out and put in there. A little more. Something tells me I'm going to run out of juice. And I want 1 inch head space. I got plenty. Put a little more. Okay. There that is. Now get my top. set that over to the side. And now we're going to fill up jar number 2. We're supposed to be getting some rain today, y'all. I love rainy days. My garden loves rainy days too. Dadgummit, I keep looking into that light. I must be a glutton for punishment. Because once I finish looking at it, I can't see anything. Alrighty. Now, back to adding my greens. Get in there. Put a little juice in here. Yep. And the other side of this, oh, you know what I did not do? I did not check it for bubbles. I didn't check the other one for bubbles. I'll do that. And I got 1 inch of headspace. And the way I know that is this is 1 inch. Can you see that? Kind of. It's dark. And this jar is hot. It wanted to be held, y'all. That's all. Okay, that's number 2. I need to do to this what I didn't do, which is I didn't check it for air bubbles. Oops, get back up there. I could put some more juice in here, but I'm not. I didn't wipe around the lid. I didn't wipe around this. Okay, put that back on. And now put this back on. Okay. On to jar number 3.
A few.
Wipe around the edge. Whoops. Put my lid on. I just knew I was going to have 12 jars of this, but you know, it cooks down so much because look, this is all I have left. I don't know if you can see. Nope, you can't see. That right there is all I have left. Okay, you can see all the junk I got on the other side. Okay, so this, ow. This has been heating up, but it's not boiling, but it's hot, as are these. Yep. So I am going to process these for 75 minutes. If I can just get my hands. Okay, when I came back here to check, I noticed that it had shut off. So I guess I caught it right when it shut off. And again, it doesn't even tell me that it shut off. I don't hear anything audible. But I did notice it said that it had reached the maximum recording time. So that's interesting. But anyway, I'm gonna set my timer for 75 minutes. Okay, where's my minutes? I don't even think it's going to, no, it's not going to go for 75 minutes. 75 minutes is an hour and 15 minutes. So, my timer is set. And we'll come back after my timer goes off.
Many months later.
Okay, my timer just went off, and now it is time to remove them out of the pot. Now, the key is to take them out and not have them sitting on a cold surface, or they will explode. So we want no explosions in the kitchen. So I am going to put them onto this towel, and they have to sit for 24 hours. So I'm going to bring you a little closer. Now I'm going to take this lid off. And I've got my jar thingy. And this is going to help me grab a hold of the jar and place it over here. These jars are heavy, and they are still bubbling on the inside, or should I say boiling on the inside. And I tell you what, my hand going over this pot is hot. And then the little greens for my mom. So I'm going to let those sit for 24 hours. I'm going to bring you closer to them so you can see. I'm just going to take you off. Off of the tripod so you can see the greens. And there you have it. Those are my canned greens. I'm so proud of myself. I am so proud. My first canned greens. I'm going to be canning some green beans and some potatoes next. And you have to be careful with those because Waterbath Canning, you're supposed to only waterbath can. Oh, hang on. So that is going to be all for this video. That is clean. I see the jars are, the little seals are popping. But that is cleaning and cooking and canning greens. So I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I knew it was a long one, but I wanted to take you through the whole process. You can look back at another video that I had done on me picking all of the greens that I just cleaned and cooked. Okay, I hear you. Just keep doing what you're doing. My mind is all over the place. Thank you for joining me in this little journey in my kitchen. Don't forget, stop interrupting me. Thank you for joining me. I hope you got something out of it. And always remember to grow your own, eat your own. And I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.